Welcome back. Another tuition in chemistry. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. So last tuition ended on the topic called naming of compound, of which she looked at binary type 1 naming of compound, and also some of the rules that was attached to it. Yes. Therefore, in this case, we'll start with we'll continue with the naming of ternary compound. Like what I said, ternary compound is made up of two and above compound or two and above element, of which this is made up of it consists with polyatomic element or polyatomic atoms. And mostly this usually happens with polyatomic reaction, which involve polyatomic atoms and also the transition of metals or heavy metal or deep block metals to form one compound, of which also there's an involvement of also another element that appears on a periodic table, and also those elements which not appear on a periodic table, or in simple terms, those radicals. Yes. Of which all the elements that are on the periodic table, they can get involved in ternary compound, especially those transitional elements, those that do not have a specific valences, and also they do not undergo electron configuration. Now, in this case, having radicals that have been presented to you, we've got ammonia with one valence. I've got nitrate, one valence, bisulfate, sometimes bisulfate. In this case, I'll just explain a little bit these that have other names. Bisulfate, it might be called hydrogen sulfate. Again, I've got bisulfate, which is HSO3. The difference there is I. There's bisulfate and bisulfate. The bisulfate, it has got I, it has got A. Bisulfate, it has I, it has got I. So in this case, the difference is not on letters, also when it comes to the number of oxygen. Bisulfate has got 3 HSO4 with a negative charge, which means -1. In this case, also, same applies with numbers of same applies with those elements that are on the periodic table. For instance, if one element is is in group 1, of which that implies to say the valence of that element is what? It's 1. Those are metals or cations. Then, when it happens to see the variance, if it is a valence equal to 1, which is +1, not to say those are, this is equal to 1, then the charge is equal to +1, which is also positive. Why positive? That is a metal. So same applies with here. If I've got a charge which is positive, that implies to say it is +1, and the valence is equal to what? 1. Therefore, so the variance is equal to what? It's equal to charge, but what matters charge, it can be either positive or negative. So bisulfate sometimes can be called hydrogen sulfate. Bisulfate can called also sometimes hydrogen what? Sulfate. Bicarbonate sometimes can be called hydrogen carbonate. So don't confuse about that. Yes, I've got acetate, sulfate, carbonate, dichromate, and also I've got phosphate. Yes. So these are some of the radicals that have been presented to us, or that are here. Sometimes also, not only this, these are some of the things that you have to know. Whether you like it or not, you have to know. They have to be in your head. They do not provide it if you get in contact with the exam. So these elements, they do not provide it. You have to put them in your mind. Yeah, mostly phosphate here, they made the mistake. Phosphate is supposed to be having a valence of 3, like what I've said. The charge is tantamount to what? To variance. The charge number is tantamount to variance. Yes. So we've got also other Prefixes used to indicate numbers or number in chemical names. So for instance, if I've got lists, you have to know all of them. And these are some of the simple things you get also in touch. You get in touch with them when it comes to when reaching the expert, another expert in organic chemistry, of which you all know to say mono means one. That you have to know. Sometimes these are what we call systematic names. So we might use them when it comes to naming of systematic compound. Yeah. So please have to know them very much properly. I've got mono means one, di means two, tri means three, tetra four, penta five, hexa six, hepta seven, octa eight, nona nine, deca 10. So these are some of the things that you have to do to stay in touch with them. Yeah, in this case, when it comes to the more advanced chemists, it's about even up to 20. So in this case, this is a general chemist of which it's up to 10. Yes. So these prefixes, please, you have to use them, or these prefixes used to indicate number in a chemical names. And in this case, we will only use them when it comes to systematic names. Yeah. Okay. Even the names, especially, you may want to say that no any radical, it is not a radical, not even given. It's not even a radical, the compound that have been given. Yeah. So you have to make sure that we all know that. Mostly those kind of compounds, they come from organic chemistry. Okay, from organic perspective. So those are some of the names that you have to get in contact with. Yes, and another thing that I have to also to add on, when it comes to the transitional methods, like I said, transitional methods also they get in contact with the non-metals. I mean, they got contact when it comes to the naming of this compound. So please, sometimes you may find to say variance is equal to also when just say when just meet the term with the variant. Variance applies to variance. So if you say monovariant, I'm talking about the mono means one, bivariant means two, trivariant those elements with the two. So I won't go direct to this element with the let me say single elements, but I'll go with the these transitional elements. Transitional elements, those are elements that do not have periodic, the groups when it comes to when you look at the periodic table. Yeah. So they are between group 3 up to group 4. Between group 3 and group 4 there, we don't have anything. So what I'm saying is this. So if you see very much properly, I've got the beryllium here, or this is advanced periodic table, beryllium up to boron. So when it comes to from scandium here up to zinc, these are transitional metals. Yeah, especially when it comes to the tips that have been provided here, that's dark pink. That is those are also called transitional metals. In some books, they might written D block metals or heavy block metals. So stay in contact with those compound. So again, like what I've said, sometimes we might meet such kind of element when it comes to naming. So for instance, we might have been given copper, of which that's the Greek name copper, of course, copras. That's a Cu from copras. Might be given copper 1, copper 2, copper 3. Those elements, when you say those, they do not have valences. Valences you have to be provided. In this case, I've got copper 1, copper 2, up to copper somewhere 3 there. Especially, let me say copper 2. Yeah, which is the Greek name is called copperas. Silver, I've got silver 1, 2, 3, of which the symbol is Ag, which is agitators in Greek. Yeah, Mercury 1, I've got Mercury 1, Mercury 2, of which is Mercurius. Yes. Like what I said, like what I was saying, copper 2 is here, iron 2 is here, lead 2 is here, which is Brabus, tin 2 is here, which is Ternary, silver 2 is Agitus, mercury 2, mercuric, magnesium 2, manganese 2. So these are transitional elements to make it things simple. They do not have specific valences. Yes, so their valences, they do fluctuate. So in this case, for us to like what I've been given for us to go ahead to explore now. We might need the questions in order to understand them very much properly. So, see you in the next episode for more questions so that we explore and how to name them and how to like their chemical formulas. Step don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you very much.